Hey, welcome to Connolly Outdoors, Sunday night live stream. Thanks very much for joining me on this wonderful Sunday evening. I have to apologize for changing my time. Originally, I was slated at 6:30. I had to change it to 6:45. I literally just finished teaching drums, and here I am now on this live stream from my camping channel. So, uh, as I have mentioned in previous live streams, I love to engage with comments. I enjoy engaging with questions. So feel free to comment, questions, etc., etc. I really enjoy that. And the first thing I wanted to talk about was that camp that Liam and I did last week on the tail end of Hurricane Beryl. So that camp was something else. Liam and I have never camped in 12 hours of torrential rain. We've camped in rain. We've camped in cold weather, snow, wind, you name it. But it's really hard camping, let alone filming in extreme weather conditions. So that was our first time filming, basically for both of us, in extreme weather conditions. Oh, already got someone kicking in here. Aurora November. And I got my glasses. That's good. In the giant Coleman tent, crazy stuff. You guys rocked it though. Hey, thanks. Yes, in that giant Coleman tent. That tent is old. That tent is probably 12 to 15 years old. I'm not sure. Not great in the rain. I mean, it was leaking, partially because of my own fault, though, because I didn't use a big enough tarp. I know that some people on the video actually said, oh, you got to have your tarp up above and not touching the tent. I know that. But unfortunately, there was no trees to tie to. And I ran out of guy lines that I could rig up. Plus, it's pouring rain. I really didn't want to be out there. So I sort of just sucked it up when it came to the rain, just because I just didn't want to have to deal with being out there. I was out there, as you saw in the video, and it makes for good video. One thing people like in videos is suffering. But you know what? Even though it was difficult, we still enjoyed it. So you guys rocked it. Thank you very much, because we still had a great time. So that was the most important thing. So the other thing I was going to say about that camp was, I can remember camping one time with my two older daughters, and the tent fell apart. The tent was a canvas tent, but it was really old, and it literally fell apart. Could not tie it up. The straps where the pegs would go in and where the guy lines would go in literally disintegrated on us when we were trying to set it up, and I was devastated. It was raining in that camp as well. That was years ago, before filming camping was a thing. And my daughters ended up sleeping in the trunk of the car, but it was like a car that wasn't a trunk that you close and it's sealed off. It was one of those, like an SUV type back, as I recall. And we draped the remaining tent and tied it in as best we could so that they weren't soaking wet. The tent was kind of blocking them. And then I stayed in the front of the vehicle. That was a rough camp many, many years ago. That had to be 27, 28 years ago. So it was a long time ago, long before stealth camping was a YouTube popular thing, or any kind of extreme weather camping. People have camped for years and years, centuries of camping, but filming it and documenting it, it's a newer thing, I would think. I don't know exactly how long it's been around. I'm going to guess since the dawn of YouTube. And On my other YouTube channel, I got 15 years on that channel. I've been a YouTuber that long. The camping thing, however, I've camped all my life, but I've only got 1 year, just over a year. I celebrated, if you watched my live stream back in May, which I think was only my second one on this particular channel, but my second live stream was celebrating my 1 year anniversary on my camping channel. Now, there is one thing that I'm going to ask of you guys, and that is, let me explain the dynamics of my two channels. It's kind of funny. My drumming channel, I get tons of subscribers. I think I have coming up on 6,700 or 6,800 subscribers, which isn't crazy, you know, but it's a lot for a small YouTuber. But I don't seem to get a ton of views. You know, I get steady views, and it's steady because I got like 500 videos. But I get lots of subscribers, 2, 3 a day, which is amazing to get that many subscribers. But I don't seem to get the views. On my camping channel, I don't get hardly any subscribers. I have 405, and I've been stuck at 405 for a couple weeks. I don't get a lot of subscribers, but I get a lot of watch hours. I think you're supposed to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to get monetized on YouTube. Now on my drum channel, that's long. I've been monetized for a while. On this channel though, to get 1,000 subscribers is being a tough road to hoe. Now, I probably have 12 or 13,000 watch hours, so I've got way more watch hours than I need. And it's terrific that people watch the videos. But when I get a video and it gets 10,000 views and I get 89 subscribers, that's a hugely successful video. Amazing. But when I put another video out and I get, maybe I get 1,000 views, which is good. A small YouTuber, 1,000 views is considered a success. But I get maybe 1 subscriber, usually goose egg. So I'm trying to build up my subscriber base on Connolly Outdoors, and I need help. I need you guys to maybe spread the word a little bit if you can. That's much appreciated. And if you're a YouTuber and you're watching, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give you a piece of advice from a guy that's been doing this a long time. Do not go out and buy fake subscribers, because you can do that. There's websites you can go on. You can purchase views and subscribers. But guess what? YouTube will find out. And if you get found out, you're gone. Not only will you not get monetized, but your channel is also gone. It's a huge chance to take. You can go out and buy your 1,000 subscribers and your 4,000 watch hours, but you're potentially dooming yourself if you get caught. And trust me, YouTube, they're super smart. People try to pull tricks on YouTube all the time, and you're going to get busted. Another thing that you should never do, and this isn't a YouTube tips, this is a camping channel, but I'm giving you guys some really strong advice if you're interested in doing what I do. And I'm trying eventually to go full time, whether it be on my YouTube channel drumming or my YouTube channel camping, or even a third YouTube channel if I come up with something else. My goal is to eventually be able to do the YouTube thing more often than anything else in terms of earning income. That's my goal down the road. Now, what I was saying was, do not go on YouTube and get people to watch your video on a loop. So you call up your kids, your grandmother, your mom, your dad, and you say, watch my videos. Just put it on a loop so that all the videos play one after the other. YouTube knows you're doing that. Hate to say it, but they know you're doing that. The other thing is, if you personally watch your videos over and over and over in the same situation where you're putting them on a loop, I don't know how, but YouTube knows when you're watching and when you're not. Big brother. I don't know. But they do know, based on the fact that you're cycling the videos one after the other. Now, some people binge watch, you might argue. Well, hey, I watch Steve Wallace. I might watch 5 or 6 or 7 Steve Wallace videos in a row. Is that created, it's unwanted traffic or something traffic, YouTube calls it. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but they know if you're doing it to yourself. You can binge watch anybody. They know that you're watching somebody else. And they know that you're a legitimate viewer. You're not mom, dad, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle. I don't know how they know that stuff, but trust me, they do. You know, they send notices out if they think you are engaging in that sort of thing. And YouTube is, when you get a partnership with YouTube, they're giving you a break. They're paying you to do something. I'm sitting here talking to you guys right now. And once this goes out and gets monetized, eventually, not this particular video, but let's just pretend it was a monetized video. Eventually, I'd be making a few bucks off this video. Eventually. YouTube doesn't have to do that. They can cancel anybody at any time. So I'm just giving you some fair warnings about getting on YouTube. Do it the right way and don't try to cheat them because they will find out. Guaranteed. All right. Back to the camping. Liam and I, well, first of all, I want to tell you, before I tell you about Liam and I's next camping outing, which is coming up in a few days, I want to tell you about Liam. Liam went out and did a stealth camp on his own. And I'm not going to give too much away, but I'm going to tell you that it is up now, and go on Liam Connolly Outdoors. And you can check out his video. It's his first stealth camp by himself. And I haven't even seen it yet because I just finished teaching. I'm doing my live stream. When I'm done with this live stream, I'm going to go and, oh, what a difference with these glasses. Holy geez. I'm going to go and watch his video. So I'm encouraging everyone to go and watch Liam's stealth video because it's going to be good stuff. I know he worked hard on it, and I'm really excited to watch that video when I'm done here with you guys on the live stream. So once again, any questions, comments, please feel free. I love to address people and answer questions and engage people on my live streams. What's interesting is, again, comparing my two channels again, but the live streams I do on here, I seem to get more engagement with the audience, which is absolutely fantastic. That's what these live streams are all about, in my opinion, is engaging with your viewers, and your viewers get a chance to see you up close in person, so to speak, and answer questions and comment. And my drum channel, while I'll get a fair number of viewers, I don't get a lot of interaction on there, which is odd because it's an educational channel for the most part. And this isn't really educational. It is somewhat educational, but it's more designed just to, like Steve Wallace, where I'm no bushcrafter. I just get out and camp. Same with Steve, and I just document my camping. Okay, we have a question or a comment here. Let's check it out. Aurora. What is your favorite Ontario Parks campsite? Which have you returned to no matter how many? Okay, good question. My favorite campsite so far, or Parks campsite, has been at Killarney. And I have that camp on my channel. It was a winter camp. We got that site by accident. We showed up and we were booked at campsite number 81, I think it was, at Killarney Provincial Park. And when we got there, the entire park, except for 4 sites, I believe, were completely washed out. Could not get to them by vehicle, could not get to them walking. It was completely a swamp. So then they said, there's this, and this one available. And Liam and I were disappointed. It was like, oh no, we drove all this way. We're not even going to get a decent campsite. It's going to be a bummer, whatever. Well, we walked not far from the main office. Usually we camp as far away from the main office as possible. Campsite 81 was the furthest one away from the office. But this one was fairly close that we went to. It was the most amazing sight ever. I can't remember the number. If Liam, if you're watching, because he might be watching this, even though I did invite Liam to come down and say hello. And so, Liam, if you're watching this, give me the campsite number from Killarney and come downstairs. I'm in the basement of my house. Come downstairs and say hello to the viewers. They certainly want to see Liam as well. If he's watching, I don't know if he is or not. Now, which have you returned to? Well, I just did. Oh, there's Liam. Site 63. Awesome. I knew you would know. I knew you would know. That is terrific. Okay, so to finish answering your question, which have you returned, no matter how many? We have returned to Earl Row. We were just, our last camp, that rain camp that I just did was Earl Row. We were there last year, site number 6. And when we were wandering around, site 6 was okay. You know, it was okay. But we're wandering around and we saw site 1. And it was like, the sun came out, the silver lining, the clouds parted. We saw site number 1. Both Liam and I looked at each other and said, that's the site. So when we did our last camp, the rainy camp, the hurricane camp, that was Earl Row site 1. And the site was awesome. It did not let us down. It was difficult because of the rain, but the site certainly did not let us down. So I hope that answers your question, Aurora. Aurora, very generous person. At one point, I did a video in my backyard, and I did it in a hot tent, small hot tent that I had, and I couldn't tie it down because I don't have any grass in my backyard. I have a pool and cement and everything. And I was doing a demo on my hot stove, and the hot stove burnt parts of the tent. Now, I'm going to be honest, I did try to cover it up in the editing, but Aurora, November, I'm not sure if it's a guy or a girl, but Aurora was smart, and I couldn't fool this person, and they saw that. Yeah, don't give it up. They saw that I damaged my tent, so they were very generous and offered me and sent me a new tent. So I still have that tent. Obviously, I haven't used it since this is summer, but I'm going to try and get out in it in the winter. The one that you sent me. Thank you very much. So that was really generous of that person to do that. Okay, so I've been wanting to go there or to Bronte Creek. Guess I'm picking Earl Row. Bronte Creek is not far from here. Bronte Creek, I haven't been there for a little while. I don't know how great the camping is. I haven't heard a lot of great things about Bronte Creek because it's right beside a highway and it's loud. That I do know. I mean, I've been to Bronte Creek. I haven't been there for a while. They just started camping there because Bronte Creek, in the past, you weren't allowed to camp there. So I can't comment on Bronte Creek because I haven't been there in a long time and I have not camped there. But Earl Row, I recommend. Number 1, campsite number 1. It's really terrific. Absolutely. So now moving along a little bit to the next camp. Our next camp is going to be super special because I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but it's not just going to be Liam and I. There are potentially 2 other people joining us. And I'm really excited to have these 2 join us on our camp. I'm not going to say who at this point, but it's going to be something that Liam and I are very excited to have these 2 special secret guests. You'll see in my next video. We are going to be leaving on Wednesday. I'm not going to say where at this point, but we're going to be leaving Wednesday, and just a one-nighter. Unfortunately, we're, according to the weather report for the area, rain. So if it rains, I don't think our 2 guests are going to want to come because they're not traditionally hardcore campers. It's not Crazy Neighbor and Steve Wallace. I wish it was. Rest in peace, Crazy Neighbor. I wish those 2 guys were, you know, I could have camped with them at some point, but it's not. It's people that don't normally camp. So they're not going to want to be in rain. Liam and I are still going to go out and tough it out in the rain, just like, you know, we'll camp in any weather. It doesn't matter. So we're really hoping that they come and it doesn't rain. So that is the update on that. Now, one thing I wanted to show you guys, because I had a few questions about this. So this is the coffee that I use when I camp, and it's a rippable bag. If you've seen any of my videos, you've seen me do this many times. Terrible bag, as you can see. Terrible bag. I mean, you can rip open the bag, and then it's basically like a tea bag inside. So you just put it in there, and I like to leave it in because I like a little bit of stronger coffee. And you just leave it in there. You can take it out if you want, do whatever you want. It's basically a tea bag setup, but it's coffee. And that's how I usually drink my coffee when I'm camping. I tried doing the filtering thing. I did it a couple times. I wasn't a huge fan. I just didn't really care for it. I don't use these at home. I only use this when I go camping at home. You know, I use a Keurig machine almost exclusively, and I don't really make these coffees, but I'm not bringing a Keurig machine camping because that's a home thing. But if you do bring a Keurig camping, that's your choice. Absolutely. So we're going to be out this coming Wednesday. Hopefully get a video out probably, I don't know, Thursday, Friday, probably Friday, because it all depends on the whole editing process and filming. And like I said, we just want to be out there. Of course, we enjoy the filming. The filming can be difficult. It's not easy filming outdoor in any kind of weather, especially wind. Wind, I think, is the most difficult. Cold is difficult in a different way because it can affect your actual equipment. But wind, trying to keep the wind down so you can talk and people can hear you. Oh, man, what a challenge that is. You know, you can get those little, like this is my microphone here, but you can get those little cat things that look like fur balls. You can put them on there. It does help, but nothing completely eliminates wind except for wind dying down, basically. So we're hoping that the wind and the rain isn't too bad. We get out there, we shoot a good video, and we have some fun. So we did not get a lot of questions. If you guys want to ask me anything, now is the time. I learned the hard way on my other channel to give you a warning. Because if I don't give a warning, what often happens is, okay, see ya. And I end it, and then boom, there's somebody that posts a comment or a question literally right after I end the live stream. It's happened to me quite a few times. So if you have anything you want to say, now is the time, because I'm going to be ending this soon if I don't get any questions or comments. Because the main reason I do live stream, as I mentioned earlier, is, and I want to thank Aurora November for engaging me. I like to engage with the viewers online as much as I can. I mean, you know, I'm on here talking and stuff, but I'd rather be engaging if I'm going to do anything on a live stream. And if there's no engagement, well, that's great. That's fine. But I'm going to stop talking. All right. So I don't think there's any more questions. So Aurora November, thank you very much for watching and engaging with me. And for anyone else that just watched, but you didn't want to engage, that's okay too. Now I'm going to go watch a live stream from one of my favorite YouTubers. Well, first I'm going to watch Liam's video, and I encourage you, Liam Connolly Outdoors Farm Stealth Camp or something it's titled, something like that. So when you're done with me, go and check out Liam's video. And then when you're done with Liam, check out Random Adventures 2.0 with Tony. That's what I'm going to watch. Oh, Aurora, one more thing. Glad I caught it. Good luck on your next adventure. Bye for now. Happy to have caught a live one. Yeah. Thank you very much. See you November, Aurora, November. Thank you very much for tuning in, as I said, and I'm thrilled that you were able to catch a live one. It's the live thing. Like as a full-time professional musician, the live thing is a funny thing because it is a performance in a way. You have to be on, and you are performing in some way. I mean, I'm just talking, and there's no script. I'm just talking. But when I'm on my drum channel, I'm always playing. So there is definitely a live performance element. But I'll show you guys something here really quick, just for fun. I'll get out of the way, and you can see this is my basement drum kit. So this is a Yamaha recording custom drum kit. I'll get my drum stool out of the way. And you can see my drum setup here. So this is where I don't teach down here. I teach in my garage. This is my basement. But I practice down here. I record down here. I have some recording. You can see this. I use that and do some recording and stuff. And this is where I record a lot of my YouTube videos, and I also record music and stuff down here as well. So this is where I do that. And then I do my teaching out in my garage. I've got a studio set up for teaching in the garage. So anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. As always, please keep camping. See you soon. Take care.